So right now, the way that we're dealing with our third-party code, let's jump to the file browser, is we have it inside of our lib folder. But this is rarely going to be the case. Normally when we get third-party code, it's as part of another package. Maybe there's multiple classes, maybe it's a full application and we're just using parts of it. But when we download it, it's most definitely going to have a different file structure. So let's look at an example that's more like what you'd see out in the real world. So let's go to our resource pack directory, and we're going to open up the 15th step, which is a folder called A More Likely Third-Party Scenario and Autoloader Update. Copy the index file, plus all of the files that are included in the lib folder. Go back to your OOP folder, and paste over the entire thing. Okay, so this time the structure is different. We have a third-party folder, a lib folder inside of that, another third-party folder, and a utilities folder, and then here's our validator class. And notice that it has the same name as the actual class now. So where did all these folders come from? What's the deal? So first we have our vendor folder. The idea of a vendor folder is that it includes code from third-party sources. And then within that vendor folder is a set of subfolders that includes the name of the third party. And that third party can be a company name, it can be a project name. It depends on how that party has structured their code. This is basically our name for that third party. And then within that, they have a lib folder just like we do, and that's going to include the PHP code for the project. Now these next two folders might seem a little arbitrary at first, and you might recognize this sense of arbitrariness from looking at how a module is structured in Drupal 8, because we had our module folder, we had the lib folder, and then another folder called our module name, and then a folder inside of that called Drupal, and another folder inside of that with our module name. So this third party is following suit here with that. So the idea here is that this project has organized its code so that it can be used consistently with an autoloader. If we go and open this validator.php file, and we look at the namespace, it's third-party/utilities. Now if we go back to the file browser, we see in this lib, it's third party and then utilities. So the namespace itself, if we go back to the editor, makes a lot of sense for this validator class. First, it has the name of the vendor, which is called third party. Next, it has a folder or a project that this class belongs to, and then it has a class itself. This is actually pretty simple. So if we look at the folder structure again, it matches up with this. And if you imagine every project that you work with also using this same structure, then it means that in our autoloader, we can use the namespace in order to figure out where that file is. And so we can freely use third-party code without having to deal with any require statements or dependencies between different files. And we also get the benefit of lazy loading, so we only use the class whenever it gets called.